Okay, now going to discuss wrestling and drugs. At the time this video is being shot, I think Rey Mysterio is currently on a 30-day suspension. Here's a spoiler from Smackdown. You have a new IC champ. That's all I'm going to say. I'll just go that far. Now, everyone thought it was steroids. You know, it wasn't steroids, it's painkillers. So again, you got Mysterio, got busted for painkillers. Said he didn't have enough time to provide a doctor's note. And then, he went on kind of some of the boards, his interviews, like, it was really unfair that, I got busted like this. Well, I think he had a couple of days to phone his doctor and get, like, a prescription note. Now, if your company actually does drug testing, wouldn't you have faster access to that note? Wouldn't you have given that note when you first got the prescription? So it'd be, like, on a file that you're on these pills? Talking to a buddy of mine, he goes, this might be, what ends Rey Mysterio's career in the WWE. Now, I'll be honest, his career with Vince hasn't been all that stellar. I mean, I hate to say it, but, Rey's best years are kind of like, his knees. They're gone. He's still entertaining to watch. I want to see him more almost in, like, hate to say it, but I think he would work better in a tag. He needs somebody else to help his body take some of the abuse and the beating, and then have him hop in for big matches. People go, yeah, but he's a former champion. Yeah, and he was built so weak when he was champion. He only became a champion because Eddie died. Did Rey really earn it? That's really hard to say. He got it specifically off of the huge whirlwind of support that he got after Eddie's passing. I mean, he did a good job with the IC title. His feud with Jericho was actually very, very good and very solid. But the stuff with Ziggler, it's okay. We've seen Rey have feuds with, like, Big Show and all this, and, Kane. He ends up being his best. He's lower main event, upper mid card. I mean, he's not going to be a main event guy. Does he sell well? Yes, he sells well to the kids, which is probably why this drug arrest, well, not arrest, this drug suspension. I got confused with watching TNA or something with, arrests because of drugs. Now, it really does hurt a lot of his credibility, because here you got someone who's the size of a child, heavily marketed to children, and now it's like, oh, he's suspended for drug use. Painkillers, I can understand, what he does for a living beats the crap out of him. However, he might need to take some time off. Now, I know Vince likes to push his guys kind of hard, but at this point in time, SmackDown is going to need more faces. Hardy's gone, Mysterio's gone for at least a month. I would almost have Mysterio be gone for 2 months. Probably think, but you need to bring him back. No, you really don't. You need to have Rey be suspended for 30 days, and if he has, nagging injuries while he's on the pills, give him time to heal. Bring him back in a bigger way. Bring him back in a better way. He was entirely wasted on Raw. He was injured the whole time. If he's getting lots of injuries, you know what? You're going to need to kind of use him a little bit less. He's taking painkillers, you know what? He needs to use a little bit less. Maybe that put him on like a Shawn Michaels schedule. Where, he comes, does a couple really big matches, then does some promo work, a little bit of tag match here and there, build up some younger talent. That might be it. So that being said, you have a new IC champion. He's one of the up-and-coming faces on SmackDown. Even though his best work was as a heel. Bright side is, seeing him take on Punk with the roles reversed, him being the face and Punk being the heel. That is a great feud. Build it for Mania. Like I said, Mysterio, no IC champion, painkillers. Gonna happen. This is not steroids.